Our natural world is a beautiful place. From the rolling hills and boundless mountains to the coral reefs and abyssal trenches, it is a spring for biodiversity. So that led me to question, can nature be considered art? Or is there something more to it? Immanuel Kant, an 18th century German philosopher, suggests in his third critique, the Critique on Judgment, that there is a difference between beautiful things and things that are made to be beautiful. So let's imagine a donut. We take pleasure in a donut differently than we would take pleasure in an art piece. The donut is just not made to be looked at. Its purpose is to be consumed. Part of the pleasure we get from looking at it is because it tastes good. In contrast, an art piece is just made to be beautiful. So what about nature? Would it be considered art? There are many elaborate nests that birds create. These range from the woven nest of weaver birds to the clay-built fortresses of ovenbirds. Would these be considered art? According to Kant's definition, no. Being created for beauty, they're created for shelter. They need these. There are some exceptions though. Bowerbirds create elaborate structures that resemble the works of man-made bowers, which is where their name originates from. These structures are constructed in order for males to attract a mate. Now, where these structures differ from other birds is that they don't use them for shelters or nests, they're just for display. And while this is very much like art, it's not created just to be beautiful. They must know how to create these structures in order to reproduce. So with that being said, are there any animals that create structures for non-reproductive reasons? Captive animals like elephants have showcased some artistic ability, but does that make what they create art, or just following orders? Even human artists require training, but for art to really become art is when they break out of what that training was and become their own. Elephants can be trained to paint, but do they ever break out of that training? Well, studies have shown that they don't get any benefit out of it, which implies that they're not intuitively creating for beauty, but more to appease the zookeeper. To them, there's no meaning or depth behind the work, it's just what they see and what they're trained to do. And to be art, it must be made to be beautiful. If the elephant doesn't get any feeling of beauty from it, then is it really created to be art? The elephant art may have been the closest thing to truly be considered art. Unfortunately, it seems like true art is still limited to humans. While nature can be beautiful, that doesn't necessarily make it art, because that's not its only purpose.